everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Square of the Circle music channel, starring your host, your pal, Aaron Major. That's right. I'm that guy over here in Western Oregon that likes to talk about music appreciation, record collecting, all that kind of shit. It's been kind of a weird one here in Western Oregon. The last month we've been going through some heat waves, and now we're kind of like on this weird, like, there's lots of wildfires going on just up in the hills, and we're having some kind of like more record temperatures and humidity, and it's just like, it was an icky sticky day. It was an icky sticky day here in Eugene, Springfield, Oregon, and I'm having a little bit of I'm kind of pissed off. You guys want to sit a spell? You want to sit and chit chat for a little bit? I'm going to talk to you about some of the woes of being a record collector, appreciator. Especially when you get into the, you've been collecting for a decade or more now, a couple decades, and you're like, okay, now I can really, I can hear the difference. I like collecting. I like getting vintage gear. I like doing all that kind of stuff. And along with all of those wonderful feelings that you get from collecting, comes with it a host of trials and tribulations. So once again, I'm going to sit and talk with you guys about all the woes of being a record collector. On today's episode, let's see, what did I talk about last time? I just talked about shit when you order like some of the fancier stuff in life, and you have to like order it direct from record companies like over in like Central Europe or something like that, and you're paying like exorbitant fees to have it shipped, and the price point anyway, you're ordering like $70-$80 records from these companies that you love. And then it gets to your door and it's like warped or damaged, that kind of shit, that's always kind of like a sad, soggy mess. But tonight we're going to talk about, you work hard all day, and sometimes you get home and the only thing you really have left in your life that you treat yourself with is this. And you come home, and you pour yourself a cold drink, and you come sit next to the hi-fi, and you go to turn on your stereo. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, maybe I'll just leave it on.
Including one about Thursday by the ACLU, are still pending. For NPR News, I'm Kathy Carter in Tampa.
Anyway, I gotta get that shit fixed. So as it goes, I'll leave this on pretty much all night. This morning I came and fucked with it for like a solid 10 minutes, and every time I'd walk by it this morning, I'd try to flick it on and it wouldn't flick on. So yeah, here we go again. I think I was on my last video, I was talking with you guys about how frustrating it is, especially when it comes to the vintage gear. You want the sound, you want the look. I love everything about the Marantz company. It's a Japanese build, starting in the late 60s, I think, and all the way up through the late 70s. They were just like kind of the, one of the top tier companies. Like I said, Japanese build, but I believe that the company and the name are American, traditionally. Anyway, I don't know a lot about the company and what it means and what it does, and I don't know really anything about the engineering and the electronics and stuff like that. I'm not like, I'm not a very savvy, guy when it comes to tech stuff, but I know a little bit here and there, and I've fixed some things and rebuilt some things, and I've had, a dozen turntables and as many receivers in the past. I've had a couple different Marantz models, but this one is kind of more of the, I'd say kind of like upper low end on the tier of stuff. And it's, it's vintage. It's the 22 series, the model 22 series. So it's a 2230. Guys, I paid fucking $700 for this thing. It cost me $700. And 4 months, I've had it for maybe 6 months now, between roughly 4 and 6 months. Like I said, I've had tons of other gear like this, but this was kind of like the end all, the be all. This is the last receiver I'm gonna die with this receiver. You know what I mean? I gotta flick the fucker on today and it just doesn't turn on. Rad, yay. So whatever, lucky though, I researched it, and quick, it's different than these pots. These pots are a little bit more difficult to replace, Of course, the machine, knobs, you can get those replaced. But the guts in there of these, the pots that control your volume and your bass and treble and all that, those I've heard can be really, really problematic and difficult for the layman, for just your average Joe to replace. But I researched this guy, the power on-off switch, and it doesn't look too difficult. It's just a matter of, getting out the little fine point soldering iron and, clipping out. You can buy a replacement switch, I think, for somewhere between like $10 and $20. It's got a little snubber that you put on there too, so that it protects it from arcing, so you're not going to have any electrical issues within, and shorts or surges or anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get experimental. I'm gonna get a little crazy on this guy, Dr. Science, on the old Marantz here. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I watched the video, and this guy, I've seen his stuff a lot. It's called Fix It, I think is the name of his channel. He's great, actually. He's really fantastic, and he's very, descriptive and easy to understand, and he lays it all out for you, and it looked pretty simple. And like I said, the replacement part's like $20, so just wanted to do a quick little video with you guys and just kind of share, how frustrating and shitty it can be sometimes. Yeah, ironically, I go to film this for you and click, after like 4 or 5 tries, it clicks right on and stays. I tried all day today, guys. It wouldn't stay on, so fuck yeah, I guess I'll just leave it on for the rest of the evening and spin some records. Yay. But there's another episode of, woes of being a record collector. Something's always bound to fuck up. Something's always falling apart when you love, an aging medium, of appreciation, of music appreciation. It's like, luckily these things were built like fucking tanks, so you really can continue to work on them and rebuild them and get new parts, and there's first gen, second gen, all this stuff. They still manufacture parts for these in all throughout, Asia, China and Japan still make parts for these fucking things. So yeah, it's a little road to learning for me. I'll keep checking in with you guys about it. I'll do a continuation episode about this, the road to a new on-off switch in my Marantz. So I'll keep you guys updated, do another episode next week, and see how far along we are on this thing. For now, I'm gonna leave the stereo on so that I can enjoy some tunes and go out and water the garden, try to cool off a little bit. Peace be with you all. Tune in again this week, so I'm gonna do some episodes about music and records and stuff. So peace out.